football-wise.
He did seem like he related well to what players go through this season. Like, that's one thing I sort of picked up on and hearing his comments, just watching how he handled different things, is that he did relate to, guys and what they're going through.
Well, yes, and he's honest with them, and he just, he doesn't, there's no reason, you've got to be honest with NFL players. You have to be. I mean, you have to be honest with your locker room. That's the first thing a player appreciates. But he's sitting right here nodding his head because he know that. Because you're not always going to hear good things. I mean, it's not always good things you're going to hear, but he gets that. I spent a lot of time before the ball game talking to David Thornton. He's a player engagement, person, and one of my favorites, ever that I've ever coached. And he said, Frank Reich's the same way. But look at it. Look what you got. You got two players, ex-players, but they were players that came up through the league. Nothing was given to them. And there's a difference. There's a difference when you come into this league as a player and you're coming and every day is an interview and you're proving yourself and then you get to the pinnacle of it. But there's something about you that you go through. We're sitting with one right here. There's something deep inside you that makes you like that. And when you are able to do that and then you can relate to others, you can feel the genuine part of that.
I'm a big proponent before we go to the calls. What goes into to I guess get the NFL to expand the rosters?
Yeah, you know what?
I've been saying this for a while now, some years, and it just seems like that's a mute point. Like this 60.
No, I've been in those meetings and not in those final meetings. I'm talking when I was a head coach here at those. It comes up all the time. I mean, and the powers that be, they just don't want to do it. And they've expanded it. To a point. It was a struggle to get them to get 10 practice squad players. Remember when it was 5?
Right.
It was 5, then it was 7, then it was 8. But that's above my pay grade. At one time, I had a pay grade right about up there with that, and still couldn't get anything done.
All right, explain what goes on as soon as you finish your season. What goes on between Vrabel and his players, Vrabel and John Robinson, over the next, 2 to 3 days in terms of meetings and everything else?
Well, look, the players, it's pretty final. You go in there and you take your exit physical, and then you have a team meeting, and then you meet with your, you meet with your individual coaches. It's pretty final. The finality of the National Football League, because everything is so time concentric, and you're working on such a tight schedule, and everything is so intense, and you go, and all of a sudden it's over. It's just the finality of that. Look, John Robinson and his group have, they've been working all year. Now it's about assessing what you have. All the coaches will write, their assessments of the players, and then you'll get together offensive, defensively. They'll get together as a staff within the next couple of weeks and do all of this stuff. John Robinson and his group have been evaluating this squad all year. It's about reworking your squad now. That's just what the National Football League is. But the next 24 hours and 48 hours, it's meetings, exit physical, and then all of a sudden you go in that locker room and there's trash bags. There's nothing. And that's the finality of this. And that's why, look, I've done it for a long, long time. Just like last night, I sat in that booth for a long time when that broadcast was over going, I don't like this.
Because it's a long time until the next game.
Well, yeah, but you just love doing it so much, and you love it when you're in it. But now, I love evaluating players in the draft, and doing that coach-to-coach show for 20 weeks with Coach Doug Matthews. I've watched a lot of college tape already, so I'm already deep into that.
Yeah,
stuff.
give us your big board.
You've been talking to Mike Mayock. Mike Mayock just got hired by the Raiders.
Yeah, you know what? And good for Mike Mayock. Now, you know what? Mike's been making all these mock drafts all these years. Right. Guess what? Take the mock off the front of it.
Yeah. Now it counts, though.
Yeah,
you get to do it for real.
Yeah, but good for him. Oh yeah. Well, again, as I say, I really enjoy this aspect of the off season, evaluating players and looking at both college and the free agents that are out there. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's a constant churning, in this league. Constant.
But it is hard when you get to that point where you got one game to get into the postseason, and then it's over, and then you start from scratch again, working on next year.
That is exactly what it is. I mean, it is. And the finality of it, for the fans, it's the same way, but as I said, for 33 years I've done it. When it's over, you're kind of sitting looking around because you're going so fast all the time, and you're so into it, and it's just so, it encompasses everything that you're about, that you're doing, and then all of a sudden it's done. It's a little bit of an adjustment.
We always learn a lot when you're in here. Thank you for the time.
No, guys, you're the best. I'll see. We'll be talking a lot.
Absolutely.
See you.
Dave McGinnis from Titans Radio, brought to you by Farm Bureau Health Plans. You need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've got you covered. More phone calls in a moment. Also, Mark's done some research on injury designations and the Monday morning facial not too far down the road. The Wake Up Zone's coming right back.
So, traffic. The NashvilleHairDoctor.com Traffic Center.
Brought to you by AAA and Budweiser. Driving impaired can have deadly consequences. The Tow to Go program provides impaired drivers and their vehicle a free, local, confidential ride to a safe location. Call 1-855-TOW-TO-GO or visit AAA.com/tow-to-go. Sponsored by AAA and Budweiser. Still dealing with a stalled tractor trailer blocking the center lane on I-40 westbound at the 2440 split. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, the interstate's in pretty good shape. I-65 northbound through Franklin and Brentwood looking pretty good through there. And also on I-24 westbound through Antioch and Laverne. I'm Joshua Clay, and that's a look at right now traffic on 104.5 The Zone.
You're suffering from hair loss and you're busy. We get it. At NashvilleHairDoctor.com, you can submit a photo of your concerns for a free estimate on a custom treatment plan with less discomfort than traditional methods. NashvilleHairDoctor.com, not your father's hair transplant.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. You could get arrested, do jail time, and lose your license. One thing is for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Lose it and lose it. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
At Hardee's, we love to surprise people. Not like getting summoned to jury duty or mistaking your backpack for a parachute. Our surprises are good. Like adding our delicious loaded omelet biscuit to our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. Choose between our loaded omelet biscuit, our tasty Frisco breakfast sandwich, our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or our savory sausage and egg biscuit. Get any 2 for $4. It's the best kind of surprise. I mean, it's no pulling into a paid parking meter, but it's a close second.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Heads up, Tennessee. Distracted driving is a growing problem across the country and the volunteer state.
I'm Julie Mix McPeak, Tennessee Commissioner of Commerce and Insurance and the State Fire Marshal. As a mom and Tennessean, I'm concerned about distracted driving. Distracted driving causes injuries, raises our insurance rates, and costs lives.
Distracted driving is anything that diverts a driver's attention away from the road. Drivers should always remember these tips before getting behind the wheel. Start sober. Never get behind the wheel of a vehicle while impaired. When you're driving, focus on the road, not your phone. No texting, no social media, just drive. Parents, be a good example to your children. Put your phone away. Obey speed limits and keep your eyes on the road.
When it comes to distracted driving, I'm asking you to put it in park, Tennessee.
To learn more information, visit tn.gov/commerce. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance in cooperation with the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters and the station.
Your zone forecast.
Brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get a guaranteed offer on your home today.
I'm News Channel 5 senior meteorologist Leland Statham for today. Windy winds may gust up to 45 miles per hour. A bit of a break from the rain before more showers and storms arrive later today. Some of those this afternoon could be on the strong side. Look for a high of around 70. Various showers and storms early tonight, but by midnight, mostly cloudy and 52. On New Year's Day, mostly cloudy and a high of 53.
College football with Charles Davis every Saturday at 10:15. Presented by attorney Bert McCarter. Part of Forklift Systems Sports Saturday on 104.5 The Zone.
The Wake Up Zone on 104.5 The Zone. Welcome back. Glad to have you here alongside Mark Allen and Blaine Bishop. I'm Kevin Ingram, producer Morgan Alexander. Two
great segments with Coach Mack.
Oh,
Again,
man. There are no other kind of segments.
makes me sad, that the season's over.
He can still come in here and join us for as many segments as he wants to.
He can. Well, he's gonna bring Doug Plank back.
White Knight.
Okay. That's what he's gonna bring with us next time. Doug Plank, the original 46 defense.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, his number was 46. I said, there you have it.
He was right about Mike Mayock, though. He was going to get a chance to put those mock drafts to work for him now.
He won't be mocked anymore.
Dan's going to be
mock me. Yeah, he might be mocked for his draft picks.
probably mocked by John Gruden.
Yeah, Mark came over with some
Mark's been crunching some numbers over there about entry designation.
And Blaine, this is not aimed at you because you. No, but I just not so much to make it clear to you, but to the people listening, because you understand, what the injury list is and how teams, game it sometimes and how they had to stop because the league started stepping in. In 2016, the league cut the designations on the injury list to questionable, doubtful, and out. Now, according to a story in the San Diego Union Tribune, last year, I don't have the numbers for this year. Last year, the amount of the percentage of players listed as questionable, and again, it started getting tweeted out yesterday that if Marcus was listed as questionable during the week, then he should have been able to play. That is not necessarily the case.
Let's start from the top down to out.
I will.
And doubtful, then question, for as far as percentages.
Well, out is out.
Okay.
So I'll do doubtful and questionable.
Okay.
But 68% league-wide, and then it varied among...
So 68% was doubtful? Let's start from there.
No, 68% questionable.
Right, I said start from
Ended up
doubtful
playing.
to questionable, but you still did.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So 68% that were questionable ended up playing, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to leave them on edge.
Last year, 2.5%. Last year, just 2.5% of doubtful players ended up active. In 2016, it was 4%.
So 68% when they're questionable players, let's just make the number easy. 70% of the players when you're questionable, that's why I said when you're questionable is a highly likely possibility, is what my words were.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed at all to me.
No, but I just want to, enlighten here.
Look, this is data. This is fact.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, questionable, 53 out of 55, 96% of their players listed as questionable played.
What are the Tennessee Titans? That's the team we care
Okay,
about.
Titans were 11th. 72% of their players, 13 out of 18, who were listed as questionable, played. The bottom, and this surprised me a little bit, the Steelers, 29%, only 7 of 24 players listed as questionable played.
Depends on how they categorize their injuries. But that's why I thought on game day, when they came back and said Marcus was the word term out, that was talking to how you do the injury report. And so that's why I said that was a key. Everybody, is he going to be a backup? No, out means out.
Yeah, that means you're not a backup.
Yeah. Because if you can be a backup, what does that mean? You're probable. It means you can play. You're going to get in the game. So from high school level all the way up to the pros, if you dress, there is a possibility you will play.
It always seems to me like teams can put whatever they want to on these injury reports.
Right.
You can put your questionable, doubtful, probable, whatever they want to put on there.
Hopefully you try to be honest because you want to be a little sketchy, maybe quarterback, but other positions you try to keep it close. I think that's why they changed the rules, which Marcus tried to address 3 years ago.
I mean, Bill Belichick used to put everybody
Right, every question.
All 53 of them are questionable.
I mean, guys, that's a high percentage. Say on average 70%. Maybe 72.
Let's get to a couple calls here. Charlie and Franklin, thank you for holding. Good morning. You're on the zone.
Yeah, am I mistaken? But if you combined Mariota's 2-year interceptions and touchdowns, would he not have more interceptions in a 2-year basis than he has touchdowns? And is there any quarterback in the history of quarterbacks ever done that?
Yeah, like a ton.
Well, if you combine last year and this year, he'd have 24 touchdowns and he'd have 23 interceptions.
Yeah, I knew it was very close. I mean, how do you, is that pretty much say we need another quarterback? I mean, just the math of it. I mean, we're looking at guys that had 50 touchdowns, 38 touchdowns, 36 touchdowns, 35 touchdowns, and we got 11.
Yeah, elite. You can't go to Walmart and buy an elite quarterback, unfortunately. I mean, seriously. I mean, getting Mahomes was a great draft pick by Kansas City. We know about Andrew Luck. The Colts, Peyton Manning happened to injure his neck, and the Colts absolutely went in the tank and ended up with.
How do you view Matt Ryan and Kirk Cousins?
Well, Matt Ryan, I think is better than Kirk Cousins.
Just because he makes more?
He's been he's been to a Super Bowl. He's had some really good years in the league.
But Kirk Cousins, let's look at his numbers. Kirk Cousins, what's his numbers compared to Marcus? Even though he has a big time contract and he has a 3-year, 86-something million guaranteed to him, who I'll say is about this. I would say he's about the same level, maybe a different passer, but is it solid?
He had a really good half a year. He had 30 touchdowns and 10 interceptions this year.
Kirk Cousins.
Went 8-7-1.
What was his record?
8-7-1.
He's sitting on the couch just
Did not beat a team with a winning record.
He's sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Like Marcus. Yeah, I'm just trying to compare the numbers.
Yeah.
Those
numbers are better. I mean, there's no defending Marcus's numbers. You put Marcus's numbers up to just about any starting quarterback, probably not very good. And that's got to be part of the evaluation too. At some point, he's got to be putting up better numbers. Some of that should come with a better supporting cast, but at the same time, he was good at. I mean, you know the story. He was good at times this year, but there was never, other than the Eagles game, there was never really a game where he put up, gaudy passing numbers.
Chad in Houston, good morning. You're on the zone.
Hey, thank you guys. Went to the game, driving back, been listening to all the everything. First of all, I want to say I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of Coach. I think he did a great job. I think we got something to Vrabel. I got to talk about Marcus, and I'm gonna tell you this. As I'm sitting in the stands and I'm going through everything I hear, I know we can talk about statistics. I know we can talk about this and that, but here's the thing about Marcus. I hope that everybody hears this and they think about it. When I looked around and I asked everybody, man, if we would have had Marcus, do you think we'd have won? They all said, oh, man, if we had him, we win. First quarter, not even down, and we were 24-17, and then Blaine throws the pick, which I don't know where he's throwing it to. But when it was the first quarter and there was shots missed, I was thinking Marcus would have turned this into a player if he'd have ran. Because in my opinion, Marcus has an intangible that you can't always get. Now, we always forget, Andrew Luck missed a whole year. Everybody crucifying Marcus because I know they're hurt that he can play last night. Because if we had Marcus, in my mind, there's no doubt we win the game. I think he just has something special. I hope they hold on to him. I think he's got something you can't really teach. I think he's a winner. I think we back him up, go another year with him. I think somebody said it last night talking with Lane. I can't remember who was it that said it. Fifth year is going to be the one you tell. But there's no way I give up on a Marcus Mariota. And like I said, it's the whole year. And look what he's come back and do. I know Andrew Luck is a special player. Fine. I think Marcus has a chance to be special. Get him some more talent. Injury bug got us this year. Guys, I think we're set up for 2019. I'll hang up and listen. But I'm a Marcus fan. I think he's going to do great. I think we stick with him.
I think you're going to get your wish next year. I think, the tight.
Quit saying he's going to be back next year. They already gave him the option. So that next year is not the issue. It's you're 4 years in, going on year 5. And how long do you get to evaluate a quarterback? And how many times do you get to continue to make excuses for the golden one? That's how I feel. I love Marcus too. At the end of the day, it's about result. That's what I also love more. I said more. Winning. This is how a GM separates him from liking a player to Bottom line. It's no different than running a company. Bottom line numbers tell you everything.
One of the Titans Colts season ender when we come back. Also, the Monday morning facial. That'll be at 9:17. The wake-up zone resumes in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Here are a few quick divorce tips that we provide our clients. Number one, don't move out of your house just because your wife tells you to. Remember, that's your house too. And number two, don't blow through the financial statements that you file with the court. These are key exhibits, and they often make or break your case. And number three, watch the social networking. Expect your wife's lawyer to do a thorough online search. And incidentally, this is a two-way street. Now, bonus tip. Partner with your attorney in assembling evidence. You're one of the two leading experts on your life and marriage. Your attorney needs your input to achieve your goals. And finally, talk to your attorney before taking action. Good luck.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Nashville area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. Cordell & Cordell, 810 Crescent Center Drive, Suite 160, Franklin, Tennessee, 37067.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Fix ZzzQuil.
The Store More Save More event is going on now at the Home Depot, and it's the perfect time to get a handle on clutter. Even better, get an HDX 27-gallon storage tote. A special buy at just $8.98 each. They're tough, they're stackable, and each one can hold 75 pounds. That's some heavy-duty storage without the heavy-duty price. The Store More Save More event is going on now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through February 4th, available in store and online while supplies last.
So, traffic from the NashvilleHairDoctor.com traffic center.
Brought to you by ZzzQuil Pure Z's. How did you sleep last night? Not so great, huh? Try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's melatonin gummies. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is drug-free with an optimal dose of melatonin and a unique blend of botanicals to help you fall asleep naturally and wake up with no next-day grogginess. New ZzzQuil Pure Z's. Still dealing with this wreck in Madison on I-65 northbound at Riley Parkway. That wreck is going on to the ramp to Riley Parkway, so the on-ramp is blocked. Keep that in mind if you're going through that direction this morning. Otherwise, the interstate's in pretty good shape. I-65 northbound through Franklin and Brentwood. Not seeing anything going on through there. Seeing a little bit of traffic on the 2440 split as you make your way into downtown, but other than that, really smooth in that direction. I'm Joshua Clay, and that's a look at right now traffic on 104.5 The Zone.
This is 104.5 The Zone.
WGFX FM, Gallatin, Nashville.
Middle Tennessee's home for sports.
A Cumulus station.
104.5 The Zone, a Nashville Sports Now update. Presented by Electronic Express.
9 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. A win short. The Indianapolis Colts grabbed the final wild card spot in the AFC, defeating the Titans 33-17 Sunday night at Nissan Stadium and trailing by 2 touchdowns in each half. The Titans were within a score in the fourth quarter, but then a Kenny Moore interception of Blaine Gabbert was a killer. Colts quarterback Andrew Luck passed for 285 and 3 touchdowns. Pick 6 by Jayon Brown in the first half had the Titans back in the game. Andy started fast. Those 2 long scoring drives that finished with touchdowns. Titan safety Kevin Byard said things got a little more stable after that.
They made a few plays early, but I think we kind of settled in the game. But like I said, we couldn't really get too much going. But at the end of the day, man, I'm proud of these guys. Yeah, all year we fought through a lot of adversity. Just to even be in this position to get in the playoffs right now just shows a lot about this team.
From Titans Online, Derrick Henry carried the ball 16 times for 93 yards. Indy's Marlon Mack at 25, total for 119 and a touchdown. Colts head to Houston Saturday at 10-6. The Titans are done at 9-7. North Division champion Baltimore hosts the Chargers Sunday.